Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Arkham Knight figure and from DC Collectibles, and the figure I'm showing you guys is ManBat. And this figure, it's from Series 3, and there are 4 figures available in this line, but only 3 are available currently. Red Hood is not available yet. This is the back of the box, and let's take a look at the figure and what he comes with. Alright, and here we have ManBat outside the packaging, and this is based off of the Arkham Knight version of ManBat. He was quite scary in the game, but the figure itself, I have to say, the detailing is lacking a little bit as far as the paint job. You can see he mainly is just a color of gray without any of the highlights detail which was featured in the game. He looks a bit more scarier in the game than he is in the toy form, but he is still a nice figure to have. Initially, I wasn't gonna buy this figure because of how he looked, because in the game he does look a little bit better, and I was worried about the arms since I didn't see any joints there. I was thinking that it might be rubberized with like those bendy arms as such, but it turned out it's not. Basically, it's even though it's kind of a harder type of plastic, but without any type of joints whatsoever. And if you look at the arms, you can clearly see there's a seam on his arm there. It's because from the hand down, the span of the wings, that's also a softer type of plastic, and that leads up all the way to the arm section. Only a portion of the arm section, it's rubber. And while the top section right here is kind of a harder type of plastic. It's not the solid hard plastic, but it is a little bit harder. And there's a good look at the ManBat's face. And he's got tubings coming out of his nose, which wraps around his head. And on his chest there are also a couple of wires that's attached to him. And here you can see he's got some cuts on his chest. I mean, it could have been done a little bit better. You can see the paint job could have been done a little bit better, but this is what we got, and that's why I wasn't sure whether I wanted to purchase this figure or not initially. So as far as articulation, he does have a little less than your usual DC collectible figures from the Arkham line. Head is on a ball joint, and then shoulders on a ball hinge, but again, nothing around the elbow or wrist or hand, anything like that. And then the chest, there's a hinge joint. There's no swivel joint around the waist. There's a ball joint at hips, cut joint thighs, single hinge knees, and then a hinge ankles, and the ankle rocker as well too. So what's good about this figure is the fact that he does have a hinge abdominal area, so he could create quite a convincing flying pose. And here you can see ManBat is on a flying pose. The ankle joint is really good. It's give you a good range, or I could tilt his foot all the way back. And here you can see his dive bombing. And that's how he looks from the bottom if he's flying. Quite nice, quite a convincing pose. And here you can see his head could be tilt back, not a whole lot. I was able to get him to tilt back a little bit more once I heated his neck a little bit with a hair dryer, so I was able to tilt his hair piece back just a little bit so he could tilt his head back just a bit more. Here you kind of have him pose with his wings down a little bit while he's flying. It's quite nice. I am very happy with the way you could pose this figure, especially the flight mode. But overall, if you're looking for a highly articulated figure, you're not gonna get it here. Good amount of articulation, but I do understand why they didn't want to add articulation around the elbows, because it will mess up the wings. And this is basically how tall he is, standing next to Nightwing. He is about a head above Nightwing. And this figure is going to set you back about, I say around 24 to 30, somewhere around there, depending on where you purchase this. One thing I am a bit concerned about is how loose the knees are. The knee joint and the ankle joint, those are kind of loose on mine. I'm not sure if that applies to this whole line, but yeah, the ankle joint and the knee joint are a bit loose for this ManBat figure. So there you go. There's the ManBat from Arkham Knight by DC Collectibles. Thanks for watching.